Indy Mogul.
This week on Indie News, I can't believe my Kickstarter project reached its goal in only 8 hours. I'll take you through the process of setting up a project and compare Kickstarter versus Indiegogo. Why Russell hung out with Kevin Spacey and Willem Dafoe, and how you can use Moby's music in your film. Hey Indie Mogulers, Griffin here. It's been a really exciting week for me. I launched my first Kickstarter campaign, and it raised $5,000, 100% of the goal, in just 8 hours. So thank you so much to all of you who have supported me. By now, it's raised almost $15,000 from over 800 backers. So today I want to talk about why I think it's been so successful, and Rat Productions wants me to explain Kickstarter in more detail than most of us know. So now that I've been through the process, I'll take you through it step by step. First, what is Kickstarter? It's a platform for raising money for a project. It's not donations because every backer gets something in return. For my Sriracha documentary, I could have paid for the production myself, gone into debt, and hoped that I could recoup the money later by selling the film. But if I know there's already an audience for the film, Kickstarter lets me ask for their support up front, which is a much better situation. But realize that this is not a magic money button. Only 44% of Kickstarter projects successfully reach their goal, and Kickstarter is all or nothing. You either reach your goal or you get $0. You can't just start a Kickstarter project and expect that strangers will start throwing money your way. So Seal Merchant wants to know how to get the word out. I believe that my campaign was funded so quickly because I spent a lot of time building an audience. For months I've been talking about this movie on Indie Mogul, and I've been encouraging people to go like the Facebook page, which had 1,700 fans before I launched on Kickstarter. So your first question shouldn't be, can I raise $5,000 for a film? It should be, can I find an audience first? Backers of Kickstarter projects can be all over the world, but to start a project, you must be in the US or UK and be at least 18 years old. And your project must meet several guidelines, including it has to be a project. You can't ask for money just to buy a camera. Maybe your project needs a camera, but it better also result in a film. You'll add a project image, which shows up here, and a title, which also becomes your URL. Mine is weird because punctuation is deleted, so it's Sriracha. Your project can last up to 60 days, but Kickstarter recommends under 30 because that sense of urgency helps raise money. You won't get the money until 2 weeks after the project ends. That's why they're called pledges, because they're not debited until the end. Remember, Kickstarter is all or nothing, so if you ask for $5,000 and you raise $4,999, you don't get anything. So ask for enough that you can start your film, but not too much. And to answer Master Chief 2 Man's question, yes, you can always raise more than your stated goal. At the end of the project, Kickstarter will collect a 5% fee, and Amazon Payments will collect around 3.5%. That means that if I raise $20,000, I actually get $18,300. So what is Kickstarter doing for me that they deserve this fee? A lot, actually. They're providing a good platform, and because so many people are familiar with the site, I get a lot of referral traffic from their Discover page and their homepage. In my project dashboard, I can see where pledges come from, and a solid 31% of the money raised comes from these referrals. And I'm only paying 5% for that, so that is a great deal. But not all of that money will go to the film. Part of the deal here, the reason that people are giving me money is because I have all these rewards, which cost time and money to fulfill. A $20 movie poster, for example, costs $10 to be printed and shipped. Ozaniffy asked where I'll be getting Blu-rays from, and it looks like analog-free media can have cases printed, discs duplicated, and shipped directly to customers for around $12.50 a piece. So in the end, reward fulfillment will take another 25% off the top. Kickstarter says that simply uploading a video about your project increases your odds of success. In my video, I tried to get people excited for the project, tease a little footage, and explain clearly why I'm asking for money and what value backers will get in return. You also want to explain this nicely in the project description. Luckily, Kickstarter shares helpful tips throughout the process. Connecting your Kickstarter account to Amazon payments can take up to 7 days, so go ahead and do that now, even if you don't have a project yet. Once you submit a project, you may have to wait 2 or 3 business days for approval. Kickstarter reviews each project to make sure you're not running a contest or selling alcohol or selling someone else's creative work. So I submitted mine last Monday morning, and they actually approved it Tuesday morning. After it's approved, you can launch at any time, and after you launch, you can still edit the project, including updating the video, but you can't change your goal or end date. You can always add more rewards, but you can't change the rewards you've already promised. Now that I'm running a project, I can post updates, which are emailed out to all backers to keep people interested in the project, and I can view a dashboard where I see that most of the money comes directly from Facebook. A lot of it comes from YouTube, and $1,600 came from one good news story on BusinessInsider.com. So now I know I need more press attention. All of my backers for just $5 get to screen the film, but this was concerning to Mark Johnson, who knows that I'm trying to get into film festivals and is wondering, will that screw up my chances? I looked into it, and Sundance and South by both do like to be where films premiere, but they're talking about feature films. Short films, they don't seem to care if it premieres beforehand. And even still, this is a private screening for my backers, not a public premiere, so it really shouldn't matter either way. Latchlin Wykes also wanted me to talk about Indiegogo, another crowdfunding option, and Scott Link recommended I chat with John Trigonis, who works there. So I did, and here's what I found out. Here's how Indiegogo differs from Kickstarter. Generally, it's less limiting. There's no approval process, and it's global, so no matter where you live, no matter what you're raising money for, it's allowed. Plus, they accept PayPal, and you can do a flexible funding campaign, meaning even if you don't reach your goal, you do get to keep the money you've earned. Indiegogo charges a lower fee than Kickstarter, but only when you reach your goal. If you fall short, you pay 9%. I like both sites, but I've backed more projects on Kickstarter, so it just seemed like the right place for me to be. And if you don't want to pay the fee to Kickstarter or Indiegogo, there's also Self-Starter, an open source platform where you can launch your own independent crowdfunding site. So that's a lot of information about crowdfunding. If you have any other questions about Kickstarter or any of this that you think I might be able to help you with, let me know in the comments. If you're a fan of Moby, the music artist, you'll be excited to learn that his music could be in your next film. He just launched MobyGratis.com, where 150 of his tracks, including music from his last 2 albums, is available for any non-commercial project. So if you're producing a student film or a non-profit video, maybe your reel, as long as you're not making any money, Moby is down to collaborate. It's also been an exciting week for Russell Hasenauer, who met Willem Dafoe.
Hi, well, Russell from Indy Mogul. Great to meet you. I'm standing next to Willem Dafoe. Last year it was like, oh, Kevin Spacey. Now it's Willem Dafoe.
At the Jameson First Shot premiere, it's a contest where 3 directors won the opportunity to develop short films with Kevin Spacey as a producer and Willem Dafoe in the starring role. These are actually the first short films he's ever done.
Most of our audience is very young directors, up-and-coming filmmakers.
Oh, really? Okay.
Any words of wisdom or advice you would give to them? Putting you on the spot to throw out some wisdom.
Just surround yourself with good people and you know, do what you want to do.
There you have it.
I would just say just keep believing. I think there was a huge part of me that was like, I'm never going to amount to anything. I should have changed my career. And I think this whole Jameson experience just gave me the confidence to just, the drive to just keep going and believing in myself.
I have to say thank you to Willem because, you know, normally when you go to an actor with a project, you have a script, you have a director. And in this case, I said to him, there's 3 scripts, but we don't know what they're going to be yet, and there's 3 directors, but we don't know who they're going to be yet. But will you please jump off this building with me?
To learn more about the Jameson First Shot competition and how you could win an opportunity like this next year, head to JamesonFirstShot.com. On today's playlist, I have my Kickstarter video, if you haven't seen it yet, a message from Moby about his free music, the full interview from Russell with Willem Dafoe and Kevin Spacey, unedited, and this week's new and notable video contests. I also have all 3 of the Jameson First Shot short films if you want to check those out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the live show this Wednesday at 6 p.m. New York time.